quick.
I'm currently trialing. Sure. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm currently trialing. I've got an FTMO free trial going on as well. So I'm sort of obviously I'm still using the Vantage account. That's my main account, but I'm seeing if I can pass like an FTMO as well on the signals. But and if I'm honest, I don't think it would be an issue. I've just got to learn which lot sizes to use.
Yeah, man, that's the risk management is so important, but that's why you should use a risk size, your lot size calculator always, especially in
Yeah.
the beginning until you figure out kind of what lot size you want to use. Because I don't use one anymore, but I've been trading for many years now, so I don't have to. But sometimes I also go in and calculate the risk just to be sure, because shit, you never know, bro. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, very true. Very true. I think, yeah, when it comes to like the challenges and everything, that's probably the key part is learning one to, well, pretty much learning the actual risk management side of it and not sort of getting carried away and trying to like over leverage everything. Um, and then also like just learning to learn, it's weird, learning how to take a loss as well and not be like, oh, we've got to try and like recover it straight away. We've got this. Like sometimes it's a loss, you just accept it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let me just try to figure out how to fuck. I'm not that good at Zoom, to be honest. I'm not really a technical genius.
Technical guy. Actually, that's because when I reached out to your support people, and yeah, they said that you trade on a funded account. Who's your funded account with?
Right now I'm doing first class forex funds, but they suck, to be honest, bro. Because it's the
Really?
only place where I can get a 500K account right now, but they're not very good because it takes 2 to 4 weeks to withdraw the funds, and then you can't use the account. So it's kind of crap, I wouldn't use them if I were you.
I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying with the signals to pass an FTMO, and then I'm also looking at doing a My Forex Funds one, because I'm not. I mean, well, I've got an expert advisor that I got from someone who is sort of really big in the forex game, and it was working amazingly on the because I this guy passed a funded account for me, and I got this EA from him, and it was working amazingly. And then the broker decided to change all of their commissions, and like normal commissions are like what $3-4 per normal lot size.
Yeah.
They changed the commissions to like $50 to $75 per lot size, and
you gotta be very careful with the funded brokers. I mean, the legit ones is FTMO and MFF. They're not gonna fuck you over. But you can also only get a 300K and a 400K account. But that's okay for most people.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's my goal is that I can pass the challenges using signals, and then pretty much just attach my bot because the bot works so well. It is really consistent in that it makes between like 0.2 and 0.4% a day, but it keeps DD below 2% always. So it's like super consistent. But so I'm trying to find a way to, like I say, pass the challenges, and your signals seem to be doing a pretty good job. I've just got to make sure that my risk is sort of on it. But I'm hoping that I, with my personal account, get to sort of 10K personal, because obviously because it's my own money, I can risk slightly more than you can risk more than on a funded account. Like you don't worry. Like I don't mind if I go into like a 7% drawdown, but obviously when you get to a funded account, most of them they'll just cut that off.
What I do is that I use my funded accounts, and I withdraw all the funds from my funded accounts to my personal account. Then I mainly trade on my personal account because I don't like the rules with the funded prop firms. It's a good way to get a very high capital very fast, but as soon as you should go over to a personal account, because
that's what I'm trying to do.
Prop firms is shit, bro, to be honest. There's too many rules to draw down. I mean, you can make 100K in the first 29 days, and then number 30 day, you go in a 5% drawdown and you lose the account and you lose all the 100K. It's so fucked up. So I don't really like prop firms, but it's a good way to get high capital very fast.
Yeah, well, that's literally what I'm trying to do. I just want to pass the account and then pass the account and then go from there. But I've like I say, it's just about figuring out the lot sizes. Like for a 100K account, because I think on my Forex funds you can get a 200K account, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, figuring out the lot sizes for that and just seeing, just working out sort of how I'm gonna do it.
But that's all. It's all about experience, bro. Because it comes, you know, a little way. You know, when you've been training a few years, then it comes naturally with lot size you should use, to which account size, and to which pairs also. So it's just about it's just about experience, to be honest.
Yeah. How comes like what was the defining point for you when you were like, you know what, I'm gonna get into trading? Like, because I'm in, like, did you have like a normal job and then think, no, fuck this, or did you just go straight into this is what I want to do?
No, I was I took an AP in financial management because I wanted to be a real estate agent, actually. But that turned out to be shit. And then I switched to banking. So I worked in a bank for a few years. But that was boring as fuck also. So obviously you get to know a little bit about stocks and building portfolios for the clients in the bank. And I just got slowly into day trading and figured out that I could make way more money that way, and just took it slowly from there and build it up.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like I say, I'm still at uni at the moment. And I must say the best thing is that, because obviously being a uni student, you kind of live your life broke because you're at uni. Like I do have a job, and you know, I do have a job and I work on that. And you know, I'm quite fortunate as a uni student that I do have, you know, source of income. But I must say, like with the signals and being in your chat, it gives a little bit of extra freedom in terms of some form of finances, because it's really just not difficult at all. You know, you put the message in the chat, you respond to it, and then you kind of, you know, and also I guess you learn as well the ups and downs of trading, and you start to learn a bit more about the psychology as well. Because I remember when I first did, and actually to be fair, I first started like a while back, but when a trade would go into red, I'd just be like, oh my God, I've messed it up.
Yeah, you're gonna panic.
You know, it's gonna, yeah. But like learning the whole process, learning to kind of wait things out, trust analysis and everything. But yeah, with your signals, I mean, I make like 25% on the account every week. And I know, you know, that can be scaled to kind of anything. And that's even following your risk management plan. So it's not even like it's unattainable and like I'm over leveraging the account. I'm following a risk management plan, risking 3% per trade. And it's quite cool to actually see it.
It's crazy what trading can do, bro, because there's so many people thinking it's a scam. And you know, there's so, because it's a let's be honest, like the trading world is kind of a scam world. Because probably 90% of the people who has trading groups, etc., is scammers, or they basically just shit at trading. You know, it's just to making money, signing people up, getting them to pay for the services. But it's not that difficult when you figure out what method works for you. Because, you know, I don't know if you've seen my video yet, the one where I explain how I find my trading ideas using the
with the index pairs, and then sort of looking from the index pairs, going then into the actual chart, and relating the zones and basically trend. I mean, to be fair, I've been doing a little bit of that on my own, and I haven't been making any trades. But when I would think, actually, you know what, I would enter a trade here, I put a long position or short position on trading view. And like, to be fair, like 70% of the time it hits into where I put my take profit. So like I definitely learn as well off of your course, and keeping it, I don't know, keeping it basic and not overcomplicating it with like a million different indicators that, you know, and or like you see on Instagram, people are, you know, trying to plug this, you know, really expensive indicator that you pay monthly for the activation fee, and it's going to guarantee you 1,000,000% return, and all this crap. And it just, like, keeping it simple, how you explain it in your course and your videos, it just, I don't know, it makes so much more sense.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think everybody should just stick to basic price action trading. That's
Yeah.
what works, man. I mean, at least for me it does, and at least for a lot of my members it does as well. But you don't overcomplicate stuff. That's just very important.
I mean, every now and again, you see that like when you see the institutions, like when we had a GBP JPY that it was literally, it hit the stop by like 0.1 pip or something.
Yeah.
You could see like the institutions, because they obviously also do the analysis, and they go, okay, most people are going to put their stops there, so let's have a little quick liquidity grab. Like, it's so frustrating.
But that's what I was saying today also. Sometimes the big institutions and big players, they just manipulate the market so much, and but there's nothing we can do about it, because they have, you know, billions of dollars to trade with, and obviously they can push the market in different directions, which we can't with a few thousand people in my group.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get to learn how to kind of most of the times avoid that also. Sometimes you get unlucky. But it is what it is, man. Let me just ask you a few questions, because now we just started to talk about a lot of stuff. First, bro, let me hear, like, tell me a bit about you, like, who are you and where you're from in the world and what's your name, etc.
So my name's Callum. I'm from England, studying at university, and I'm 22 years old. I'm finishing off my master's degree in structural and civil engineering. I actually used to race cars for a living when I was younger, and I do a lot of development work with manufacturers and instructing work as well at sort of a lot of the local racetracks. And yeah, this is trying to become, I don't know, successful in some way.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's how it should be. But how did you hear about Fred trading?
So I was actually just scrolling through Instagram, and I came across one of your. It was literally just an ad, and I'd sort of been in. I'd done in a little bit of forex stuff before, or I'd been involved in like various groups here and there, but all of them inevitably led to zero profit or loss, or you know, in some way, you know, all of their stated profits were all manipulated. You know, we'd have 3 trades on the bounce that worked really well. They'd tell us all to send screenshots in, which we would, and then they'd have 6 trades that all lost, and you'd lose all your money. And then you'd only see the, you know, 3 trades that won. They'd put those on Instagram. So it was really frustrating, sort of, you know, thinking that everything in forex is a scam. And then I came across your channel, and I don't know what it was. I thought, you know what, give it a try. We have to give it a try.
Yeah.
I have to see the opportunity. You know, if there's an opportunity, I have to try and take it. Yeah, and if I'm honest, it's a decision that I most certainly don't regret at all. Because sort of for the first time, really, you know, it's a group that actually makes money. And I know that sounds really sort of just simple, but it is. It's a group that makes money. And the fact that your group is free, you know, you're not trying to scam us out of money yourself. You know, it very much, I don't know, it builds a bit of trust initially. And I thought, well, you know, if we give it a try, and I did. And yeah, like I say, I definitely don't regret it.
And well, I'm happy to hear that, man. That's how it should be. I'm happy when my members is happy, you know. That's what I'm here for, bro. I'm here to make you guys money, and obviously myself also. But when I make money, you make money. So that's how it should be.
Yeah, literally. I mean, because the goal is obviously to build up my personal capital, and, you know, use this as a way to just build up extra, you know, personal capital, personal finances, and eventually to, break free from the sort of the 9 to 5. Because obviously, at uni, it gears us up to going into the world of work, which, don't get me wrong, it's great opportunities, especially if you like academia, it's great to learn. But as well, being at uni, it's taught me more than just sort of this thing I'm studying. It's taught me that you have to kind of be independent in your learning, and I feel like this is exploring an avenue of independence financially. Because because everyone's got the dream when they see the Forex adverts, everyone's got the dream that they're going to wake up, they're going to make $100,000 overnight, and they're going to be this everyone has that dream, and everyone has this sort of misconception of it. But when you sort of look at the the reality of it, it's such a powerful tool. But the reason it's so powerful is because it is, it's a tricky game to not just get your head around technically, but also sort of like psychologically to get your head around that. But I think in your group, that you break down things as well. You break down all your trades. You're constantly interacting with the group. It helps sort of get over some of those hurdles, especially if someone's trying to get into Forex, or even if someone's in Forex and they're, say, at an intermediate level, they're trying to take it sort of to the next level. Having experience from someone like yourself and having you sort of break down where it is that you see the market moving, why you see the market moving like that, I think that's kind of invaluable, really.
Yeah, but definitely that's what I'm trying to. Because this is not just a copy signal group, like a closed group, which most groups are. I am like, the main goal for me is that I want to teach as many people as I can to live off day trading themselves, and they can either use my signals as a guidance, or you can take them blindly. But obviously, I would like to teach people like the insights of why I take them, and eventually, hopefully, we have a lot of traders who can live off trading by themselves without my signals. Also, eventually, or at least
I mean, that is definitely my goal.
Yeah,
that is definitely my goal, is to be able to have the freedom where be wherever I want to be, to make money wherever I am, and also freedom to be able to spend time with my family and my friends, and not be tied down in the 9 to 5. Again, it suits some people, but I think we're coming into an age where a lot of people are becoming way more aware of financial independence. You've got a lot of influencers. I don't need to name any names, but you've got a lot of influencers on on TikTok and Instagram, promoting this style that it can be done. And it's weird it was weird to start with, seeing that, especially with your group, it can be done. Profits can be achieved. It's not just a scam.
Exactly. Well, I'm happy to hear that, because that's what I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to push out also, that Forex trading is not a scam, even though it has a very bad reputation. You got to be careful, but it's not everybody who's trying to scam people. Some of us is actually trying to help people, even though there's not that many, but there's some people.
I mean, the simple fact that you make the group free, so it's not like you're incentivized to get as many people in there because that's going to make you more money. You make the group free, you post, your course is free, and it's actually worth watching as well. Like, if you want to learn something, it's actually worth watching. And also the fact that you interact with us as well. It's not just, you've paid your money, there you go, you're in the chat, and now blindly follow some signals and that's it. Like I've reached out to you before, and even with regards to trading on the account, making sure that we trade consistently. I've reached out to you or your support pages before. When I was going through exams and I couldn't trade, I'd reach out to your support page, and I let them know, and they're absolutely fine with that. And it feels like more of an open community where you're actually, it feels like you're giving something rather than taking something from us.
I'm happy to hear that, bro. Really.
Yeah, which if I want it, it gives me hope that I can actually become a trader. one day, rather than it
Of
just
course you
being
can,
this
man.
mist.
Of course you can. Just takes time,
Yeah.
but of course you can. So, bro,
I
I
think
want to know. I want
so,
to know why did you join Fred Trading? What was the goal or the intention with it?
so the goal and intention with me joining Fred Trading was really, it was to explore an avenue of additional income, or explore an avenue of potential additional income. Like I say, being at uni, you live your life broke.
Yeah.
But it's, it's something that by doing so, by sort of trusting it and getting involved in it, it opens up, like I say, another avenue where I could potentially make money in the future, but also it does help me pay bills. The fact that I can make a withdrawal every week on the account, and that goes towards things like fuel, food, rent, that's all extra stuff. And it means that, my other job and my other jobs that I work, I can start to save that money, build my capital, and then again, use it again on the trading floor.
Yeah,
so it's sort
that
of a,
was my next question. Did you get any further, like closer to that goal? But it seems like you did with the
yeah,
profit
absolutely.
making
Absolutely. I
25%.
mean, yeah, 20, if I'm making 25% a week on the account, and at the moment that's enough to mean that I don't have to spend my money from my job. I live as a student. Again, I live on the bare minimum. I try not to go out. I try not to spend money. I don't buy flash things, because I am just trying to accumulate as much capital as
Yeah.
possible. The fact that this gives me the ability to, earn what I need to make through the week. It means that my actual job, instead of spending that money, I'm saving that money and then again reinvesting it into the forex to, compound it. And you make that 25% on a slightly larger account and a slightly larger account, because like eventually, once you get to a good level of personal capital, this is something that you can actually make a living off of.
Yeah, because it all compounds, bro. Like the more you build it up, eventually you can even if you I mean what I did was after my uni, I worked in a bank for a bit, but I started to work, I started to make probably 10 times as much at trading as I did in my bank job. And that was also just by compounding and building my account up slowly over time. And eventually,
Yeah.
bro, you can quit that job if you don't want to be there anymore and just live off trading. And the best part is you can do this online. You can do it from your laptop. So that's why I travel the world all the time. I can, as long as I have my laptop, you don't need to. I mean, you can work from wherever you want to, and that's the dream for most people, to work from wherever you want to and whenever you want to. And yeah, that's what we're trying to create, man.
Yeah, I mean, do you find, like, personal question, do you find when you're abroad and you're trading, say you go to Dubai and you decide to trade there, is your mindset at all any different when, like, you're abroad? Is it like, do you get like this holiday mindset, or is it because I'm guessing because you can travel, you have that freedom, it's not necessarily holiday, it's, I feel like being somewhere warm.
No, it doesn't really change much for me because I don't see it as a holiday. I just see it as my life. When I travel to Dubai, which I live in Dubai most of the year though, but if I travel to Denmark, or I was in Bali for a month last year, and I was in Paris and Venice, and where I think I was in like 15 countries last year, but it doesn't change for me because it's just my everyday life. I still got to do my work. It's not like I'm traveling somewhere and then I'm not trading. I'm still trading in the same hours. I'm looking at the charts at the same time. I'm just trying to fit it in at a new place. And obviously you can take a bit more hours off if you want to go see some stuff, explore the city, but it doesn't really change for me. It's the same. Doesn't matter where I am in the world, or when. You just gotta keep it up and do the same.
Yeah. And do you always trade sort of the London, New York session?
Yeah. I never touch the Asian session. Sometimes I have a trade that looks interesting, and I do take it and let it ride over the night. But the dangerous part about that is that I'm not awake. So if I hit TP2, for example, I want to move stop loss to entry, and I cannot do that if I'm sleeping, and it can turn around. and you're gonna lose all your profits. So I don't really like to trade when I'm sleeping. So that's mainly why I don't trade the Asian session, even though it's a decent session. You can trade that easy, but there's more volatility in the London and New York session also. So I like that better.
Oh, nice. And you said obviously after TP2 you bring your stop loss to entry. So in the chat, when you say to TP1 move SL to entry to be safe, do you sometimes keep it? You sometimes keep it at the ordinary until you hit TP2.
Yeah, but I don't have. But that's what I'm trying to, because people is like, what is the exact way to do it? But I cannot tell you that because it's kind of a personal preference. Sometimes, like in the group, I always say that we move stop loss. Like the way I have my trades for the week, the way I count them is that I move stop loss to entry at TP1. But that's not what I personally do all the time. But that's like the count. If people ask, then we move stop loss to entry at TP1 every time. It really depends on the trade for me, and if I see potential. Maybe sometimes I move stop loss to entry, then I re-enter straight after. So it's not always that I have the time to type it in VIP because it goes very fast. It's a personal preference, man. Also how much I mean, obviously I don't take three positions. Most of the times I open 1 or 2 positions, and then I take partial profits one time, and then I move stop loss to entry, and then I let the rest run until I want to close, or until we hit break even at some point. That could be the stop loss, or it could be a positive stop loss. That's how I do it personally. But again, it's a preference, because if you're not at the screen 8 hours a day, which I am, maybe you don't have time to only open one position, and you don't see if we at TP2, and you can take partials, because then you got to put it in and open 3 small positions, but you just got to divide your lot sizes then.
Yeah, I was going to say at the moment I do 3 positions with a smaller lot size per one, instead of doing sort of 1 position and then taking partials. Just because again, I'm not able to be at the screen all the time, because obviously a lot of the time I'm in lectures. I must say, that is probably the coolest thing, is that in the mornings I've got a really good routine in that I like to wake up at the same time every day. I like to wake up at every day, and also because I know that's sort of when London session trades are going to start coming in as well. So I always make sure that I'm awake for that, because as you said, money never sleeps.
No, it doesn't.
But like the coolest thing is, like, we put the trades on, especially in the London session. We'll put the trades on in the morning. I can put my phone in my pocket. I'll be in my lectures, and I'll be doing my uni work, and then I can check it in an hour or 2 hours time. And most of the time, when it's played out nicely and it's hit TP1, TP2, it's sort of like, my phone's been in my pocket. I haven't really done anything, and I'm making money. And I look at it and I think, at the end of the day, I look at it and I think, wow, I've been able to do something completely unrelated. Been able to, get 1 step closer to my uni degree, and I'm also making money on the side. It's awesome.
It's kind of almost passive income. It's you got to do a little bit, but not, it's almost.
Yeah, I mean, such as I remember speaking to my friend. Actually, I've referred 2 people onto the group.
Yeah.
And just because I think I want to share this with my friends as well. But what I remember before, one of my friends was saying he just hated how much he had to do for it. Yeah. I thought, how lazy are you to not spend? Because I mean, at the moment, like I say, I'm doing it on my Advantage account, and then I'm also doing it on an FTMO trial account.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it on 2 accounts. So I enter on one, enter on the other. And it takes 2 minutes to actually enter everything and enter all of the stop losses, TPs. But then once it's set, that's it. you know, if it hits SL, it hits SL. It doesn't matter. But then, you know, it hits TP. All you have to do is go in and just change your SL. It's just
It's not that much
always
work. It takes a few seconds to go in and, you know, change the stop loss, etc. But some people, bro, is lazy. You cannot help them, you know. It is what it is. Like, you gotta want to make some money and do it actually. You know, some people expect them just to fall down from the sky, but that's not how it works. Unfortunately, I wish it was.
No.
Yeah, man. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely for most people, because it's not that hard, man.
No, it's not. And like the fact that, you know, you put the call out and you share your analysis. I think for the Forex industry as well is so overcomplicated, because someone's found something that, you know, they can make it seem like it works. And it's something they can sell. Like you said, it's full of scammers, people that are like, oh, try this method, try this course, buy this, buy that. But really, Fred trading just simplifies Forex.
That's how it should be, mate. That's a good motto. Fred trading simplifies Forex.
No, it does. It does. It really does. Like you simplify Forex. It's everyone is overcomplicated so much, and they just make it easy. Yeah, and that's so. I mean, I personally probably should be saying thank you. So.
I appreciate it, man. No, but honestly, I mean, it's me who's thanking all of you for wanting to be a part of it, man. Because there wouldn't be any Fred trading if it wasn't for you guys.
Very true. Very true. I mean, from a personal point of view, where do you see Fred trading going? How long do you see Fred trading going on for? And like, from my point, what sort of figures should I be aiming for that I think, you know what, this is something that I can be relying on now?
Like, what kind of capital you think you can live by trading off?
Yeah.
Well, it really depends on how much you want to earn, you know. Because
yeah, true.
Because some people live decent of £3,000 a month, and some people need 10,000 pounds. So, I mean, it really depends on how much you need to live off.
Fair enough. I mean, I personally, I want to get to 100k capital, and then trade off 100k capital, because I think at that point, if you're not having to follow bullshit prop firm rules, and you can actually, you know, you can trade how you want to trade with the risk level you want to trade. I feel like with 100k, you can, well, just based off of your risk stuff, if you had 100k, you would have made 100k last month.
Yeah. You could have, and as you say, you also made around 25%. I mean, you probably wouldn't. Maybe you could not have made that much on a funded account, but on a personal you could, because of the rules.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
but yeah, basically you could. Yeah, I mean, it's probably over leveraging a little bit, but it's definitely possible. I mean, I trade on a 500k account funded, and then I have a personal also, which is everything from 200 to 400k, also a personal account.
Yeah.
And I make easily around 100k plus, sometimes 200k a month.
Really?
From those two accounts, so it's definitely possible.
Absolutely, I think. Yeah, the goal, because I'm doing a placement year, so my goal is again to be using my Fred trading to pay my bills, and all the money I'm getting from my placement year, that's just going to go straight into this account. Because I mean, if I'm honest as well, I've just transferred, or just submitted a transfer from one of my sort of savings accounts. It was earning me like 3% a year. I've just brought that to go into this. Because again, I not that I'm, you know, thinking, oh, I just want to risk it all, but more, I want to be able to start having that capital to start really, you know.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if the risk management's the risk management, it literally just does depend on the capital in the account. You know, you could, it is that.
It might get a little bit scarier if you have a lot of capital, because when you start to see a way bigger drawdown, you know, but that's also just a mindset. You get used to that also. But in the beginning, it can be a little bit scary to see a drawdown of, you know, $10,000, which I have every day almost.
Yeah.
Just right now, my drawdown is in 11K, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it because I, you know, obviously we have the risk management, and I can only lose what I risk. And I don't risk more than 1% per trade. But I also
No,
have a way bigger account size, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah, with your risk per trade, is that so? Obviously, with the triples that you do, TP1, 2, and 3, is that risk per one, or is that risk for all three of them?
No, that's risk for the entire trade. I don't open 3 trades. I open 1 trade with 1%.
Yeah.
And then I take partial profits one time, and that's probably around 50 to between 50 to 80%. Depends on how much in the trade. I take partial profits, and then I let the rest run, and then I take profits when I'm happy, or that could be hitting TB3 or something. Or hitting break even on the last part of the. So I don't do 3 trades, and I don't take partial profits multiple times. But it's just this way. It's easier for new people in my group, because most people in my group don't have any experience. So this is the
very true.
way, setting TP1, 2, and 3 for those people.
I think actually, I think I'm going to start opening less trades, but opening the 1 trade with one, you know, 1 lot size, and then when it comes through that TP2s come through, take some partials from there, then take some partials, hopefully again at TP2. You know, let the next sort of 20, let the last 10 or 20% of the trade run out for TP3, see what we can get.
Yeah.
I think that's probably because it seems that that's more of a professional trader's approach to it, rather than the setting 3 trades with the TPs and everything. You know, moving, taking the one trade, getting in at that point, and then, you know, taking partials when you're happy. That seems to be sort of the more professional approach to it. With Fred trading, how long do you plan on doing this? You know, offering this for?
Well, as long as I find it fun trading.
Really?
I mean, if I get sick and tired of it someday, obviously I'm gonna stop. I'm never gonna close down Fred trading entirely. I would probably just change it to all the, you know, the best traders in the group can all share their trades in the VIP group. But I'm not seeing that I'm gonna do that in the near future, because as long as I think it's fun trading, then why would I stop the group?
Yeah, very true, very true. No, I was simply wondering, just because obviously I am trying to improve myself as a trader, and, you know, trying to spot more and more opportunities in order to trade you know, on my own knowledge. And yeah, but I think it's unlike school, which, you know, they teach you for a few weeks, or, you know, a month or so. You go over and over and over, and then you get an exam and you repeat what you did, and you get a really good mark, and you think, oh, this is it. I think with trading, you can try it over and over and over again and not get it right, and you just have to keep chipping away bit by bit by bit by bit, and eventually, like, I bet now you can look at a chart and instantly you can go, okay, that looks like that we're going to a nice zone here. Let's go, you know, I can draw a nice trend line. Actually, this is making a really nice setup here. And I bet you can probably look at setups and probably get them within 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't take me very long. I don't look at the charts on Sundays either. Like, most traders use most of the Sundays to analyze the market, but I like to keep my Sundays off, and I actually don't look at the charts until Monday morning when London market opens. And then I use probably 1 hour before. I'm just sitting figuring out what's going to happen this week, and then I just take it from there. Because you get used to it pretty quickly to see, you know, what kind of trends going on, and you use your strategy pretty easy on the market. You look at the chart and you're like, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. So But that, you know, when you stick to one strategy all the time, it gets very easy to use it.
I was going to say that, like, you know, marking your levels of supply and demand, you know, looking at the basic trend. If we break that trend, you know, if we break that trend line and we're at a level of support and the RSI is quite overbought, the chances are of that going down quite high.
You know, I like to keep it simple. Simple price action. I'm a simple price action trader, bro. I don't do all these weird indicators or crazy shit that I see out there. I'm not saying it's not working, because it's definitely working for some people. But it's just it's not working for me. I like
do you do any Fibonacci retracements?
I do not use Fibonacci anymore either. No, even though that's it's actually a pretty all right strategy to use. I also teach it in my course, the Fibonacci. I used it once, but I don't really use it anymore. I just use simple price action, support resistant lines, zones, and then I just look at the index funds, see, you know, draw some lines, see the trends, draw some trend lines, draw some a little bit on the charts, and then I just go from there, bro. I really keep it so as simple as I can, and it's working out pretty well so far.
Yeah, it's doing all right. How long have you been again?
I've had this group now for almost 3 years, but I've been trading myself for 5-6 years.
Awesome. And you've always you've kept it at this strategy for the whole, you know, little
no.
changes here and there.
I tried a million different strategies the first few years, because nobody helped me. I tried all these weird fucking indicators and Fibonacci, and drew a lot of you know, it looked like a fucking circus on my chart with like a yellow, pink, green things. It's terrible. And then I have a good friend in Denmark. He taught me actually about that I should just go buy the index funds, and I started to do that, and I just started to keep it stupid simple, you know, and it's just worked for me the past 2-3 years. I've used this tactic.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
do you live in Dubai? Do you live in Dubai for the tax reasons?
Huh?
You live in Dubai for the tax purposes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep seeing it everywhere. Especially with things like Forex as well, because unless you do it on a spread betting thing and, you know, do some really weird shit, in the UK you get taxed at like income rate anyway. So you know, the idea, especially if you don't have any ties down to where you have to be to trade, which you don't, you may as, why would you not?
Which is, bro, Dubai is perfect for trading, because I'm 4 hours ahead of UK, so I don't start working until 12 every day. Because why would I, bro? Because everybody's sleeping. All my clients is in Europe and UK. So and London market opens that will be like at 1 Dubai time. So no, that would be 12. Sorry, 12 Dubai time. So why would I start working before? So it fits perfectly.
So awesome, man. That's so awesome. What one day, it may be a few years, but one day when I've made it from Fred Trading, I'll message you. I'll come to Dubai. I'll message you and we'll go for dinner.
Well, that's the deal, bro. If you ever here visiting on vacation or anything, also just hit me up and we can.
For sure, man.
Right now, I'm really looking at this gold trade. Maybe I kind of feel like I want to sell gold right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, I already sold gold. I just didn't send it out.
Oh, really?
I sold it at 1825.5.
Yeah.
With 10 lots.
Ooh. Ouch, that's that. Wow. Although I guess, to be fair, with the size of the account, 10 lots is like,
yeah. Yeah, it is, but I'm a bit uncertain right now because DXI is it's pretty strong, bro. It's pretty strong. But it's
Yeah.
also at as I showed you in the video, it's at a perfect zone right now for buying. So this would actually be a pretty nice zone to sell gold also.
Interesting. I was going to say I've been keeping my eye on the CAD CHF trade because it wants to hit TP1.
It's very close now. It's 3-4 pips from.
Yeah. I'm just positive energy. It will hit TP1. It'll do it.
Yeah, but tomorrow is going to be a shit show because that's NFP tomorrow.
Oh right, shit.
That's it goes to fucking shit, dude. It's gonna be
a high impact.
And we have CPI data for Canada also, and we have 3 Canadian trades open. So
yeah, I was gonna say there's the unemployment Canadian unemployment rate that gets released, isn't there?
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be. I was kind of hoping today that the trades were gonna hit TP1 so we could move stop loss to entry before the news, but you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work out as I want to.
But yeah, I was gonna. Trading news is a bitch.
Trading news is like gambling, bro.
Literally, like you don't know what they're going to say, and you don't know what they say is and how it's going to affect the market and everything.
No, it's 100% like gambling. You have no idea what's going to happen, and you can use, it doesn't matter how good price action you have. News just fucks you up anyways because there's no way to predict it. At least, obviously, if you're like a book nerd, if you know a lot about economics and could go into the data and stuff, I'm not that smart, dude, so I can't do that. But if you know how to do that, then obviously, yeah, you can probably predict the news a little bit. But that's not my kind of trading.
No. Although I guess if you could, because of the volatility, it'd be pretty profitable.
It's a bit more about like stock trading where you go in and read about the stocks, etc. And
right.
And then you trade based on that. That's kind of how you can trade news also, but that's not my. I hate reading about companies and numbers and stuff. So not my kind of trading.
Stick to the charts and the pretty patterns yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, well, bro, I appreciate you having the time to talk to me today, and maybe I'll send a gold trade out in a minute.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you talking to me and having some time to speak to me as well. Again, it's just thanks so much for everything, and hopefully, fingers crossed to here's to a nice, long, prosperous Fred trading future, and maybe one day I'll see you in Dubai.
I hope so, man. I appreciate it. You have a nice evening.
You too, man. See ya.
Thank you. See you. Bye.